Daily Broadside, day 549. Watched the debate last night, as expected, and I got a couple things that I think we could do to liven these debates up, because when you get 7 or 8 people on the stage, it gets a little rambunctious. Everybody cutting everybody off. They refuse to not stop talking when their minute is up. They just keep talking. It doesn't matter. And we're not talking about Republican, Democrat. Anybody is on a debate stage, gubernatorial, anything. I've watched on local television, like, mayoral debates and stuff. They all do it. They will finish their sentence because they've practiced and practiced their little canned lines and speeches. They've got to get it all out. But here's what I would do to make this a little bit easier and a little bit more palatable for consumption. First of all, make the audience not be able to be heard. Last night was not as bad as the first debate. But the first debate, man, it's like a pep rally, And I don't want to hear all that crap, because I want to decide whether or not I like what was just said. I don't care if there's rah-rahs coming from the damn audience. So either put them behind glass or don't have an audience, okay? Secondly, let's have, you ever seen like those, old school clocks, and they had like a little glass globe that goes over the clock, and you can see the inner workings of the clock and all that little fancy clocks, they had back in the day. That people would buy and put on tables and stuff in rooms that no one ever went in. So they would have those, right? And, it comes down like a bank cylinder, just an air tube. And it's the glass tube comes over them. So when their minute is up, bam. And you better keep your damn hands in close, because that glass will take it off. You'll have a broken wrist, and you'll have to debate with a broken wrist, right? So that comes down, and then you can't hear. It's just hermetically sealed. You can't hear a word they're saying. All you see behind it is... And if they keep talking, they got to get something pierced, and it can't be their ears. It's got to be something else. So you quickly run out of options for as being a viable candidate for president when you've got like an eyebrow ring and a nose ring, and you're doing your lip. You're running out of things to do, because these guys don't have facial hair, so the lips, those piercings are going to show. So that's one thing. So when it's time to shut up, it's time to shut up, or we pay a penalty, right? Glass comes down, whatever. And if it continues, the piercings still continue, but they fill the entire, like a fire extinguisher or something goes off inside the glass tube to where we can't even see you talking anymore. The second thing is there's a venomous snake inside. There's like a ring around the floor where the tube comes down, and there's a venomous snake. Okay. Could be a gaboon. It could be a crate. It could be just a regular old eastern diamondback rattlesnake, but there's something in there, because we want to see what kind of composure you have and how still you can be while you're still animatedly talking. So you've got that. And so there's a lot of stuff going on, right? They're not allowed to have pedestals or podiums or anything like that. Not pedestal, a podium. So they can't stand behind that. They don't need anything to write down. If you can't remember it, we don't care what you think, okay? The second thing is they are able to mute you if they need to, right? Because these moderators, they just don't have control over the situation. It's ridiculous. It's just everybody talking over everybody and all that. And here's another thing I thought of that would just make it a little bit more bold. Now, obviously, there's a woman, Nikki Haley's involved in this, so she could be in a just a nice tight sports bra. But the whole debate is shirtless, but it still has dress pants, dress shoes, nice socks, nice thin belt, that kind of thing. And you can still wear like the cuffs and cuff links, but there will be no shirt attached to it. If you just want to feel, and you can wear a tie, that's fine too, but there will be no shirt. So you're shirtless. Nikki Haley's just wearing a sports bra, okay? And this isn't to like fat shame them, Christie, because Christie should never wear those stretchy baseball pants like he wore when he threw the baseball, or it's just not a good look, Taft. Okay, and I got nothing against Taft. He's one of my favorites, but lose some weight. Your body's a temple, as they say. So you got that. So you're shirtless, and again, it's not about fat shaming them, body shaming them, nothing like that. We just want to see how you act, because people at a pool, they act differently when their clothes are off than they are sitting. Clothes are kind of like a thing that we use as a security blanket. And we don't want any security blankets. We want all those things exposed. Rip them down. So snake, glass tube, shirtless, mandatory piercing, fire extinguisher smoke, which I don't know if you ever breathe that stuff, but that's not healthy. And it can be like yellow, powdery. You will never get that stuff off of you. So there's a penalty there, okay? And I would imagine that if you just got something pierced and then you let off a fire extinguisher and all that compressed powder goes everywhere, it's probably going to get in like your new nipple piercing, which we'll be able to see because you'll be, completely shirtless. That will be, yeah, the start of something bad infection-wise, probably. I don't know. I've never having done it before. And the last thing I'll say about the debate is I'm sitting there listening at one point to DeSantis, and he's like, I've got kids in school, 6, 5, and 3. And I was like, damn. I was like, how old is this dude? I thought he was like 60. He's like 45. His wife is, I want to say 40, and then I'm like, damn, that's old, man. Like, she had a baby at 37, 38, something like that. I can't remember how old she is, but I think she was born. I think I looked it up and said she was born at 80. So whatever that comes out to be. She's 43. So she had a baby at 40, like 30, 38, and 35 or something like that. That's some risky pregnancies. You got to really stay on those, what do you call those, vitamins that the baby makers take? Baby vitamins, I can't remember, but somebody in my comments will know. You take a bunch of, I got neurovascular, what the hell is it called? What's it? Not pediatrics, but what's a baby, the study of babies called? Babyology. What is it called? Damn it, I'm not having a good day. As soon as I hang this thing up, I'll remember. Neurovitamin, what is it? I'm going to sit here and just talk to myself for a minute till I can hopefully figure it out, but I don't think it's going to come to me, but I know what, trust me, I know what it is. I know what vitamins you take, when you're having a pregnancy to ensure that everything's as much on the up and up as can be, and everything. And the last thing I'll say before I